The first and most important step, in my opinion, or one of the most important steps, is have no will of your own on the matter. In other words, you must submit your will to who? So you start off with having no will of your own. The problem for a lot of us is we've already made up our minds about what we want when we go to God. And the problem with that is that can backfire terribly. For example, let's say you think, you find a young man or a young lady and you think this is the right young man or the right young lady. If you don't empty yourself of your will, if you have no will of your own, all of a sudden all of the arrows, because this is what you want is that person, all of the arrows will point in the direction of that individual. So every sign that you ask for, everything will happen. It'll seem as if God is pointing you in that direction, when in fact your desire for the person is what's driving everything to point to that person. Same thing when you choose a career or when you're going to choose where you're going to go to school. You have to say, Lord, not my will, but your will be done. That's how you have to start the process. So Matthew 26:39, Jesus says, not my will, but thy will be done. And so while ministering to the woman at the well, Jesus went without food. He says, my will is to do the work of him, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work. You cannot have any will of your own if you're going to do this. So the first step is to say, you know what, Lord, I know what I want, but Lord, take what I want away. I have no will of my own. Lord, you show me what I'm supposed to do. That's step number one.